The world is full of dark corners, shadowed places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Tonight we delve into one such realm, a place where the mundane meets the terrifying, where the echo of forgotten tragedies lingers in the air. Tonight we delve into the eerie world of phantom passengers. These are the ghostly figures that haunt public transport, sending chills down the spines of unsuspecting commuters. Join me if you dare as we explore the phantom passengers' ghosts that ride public transport. Our journey begins on a lonely stretch of highway, shrouded in the inky blackness of a moonless night. The air crackles with an unnatural stillness, a silence so profound it feels like a weight pressing down on you. It's here in this desolate expanse that the legend of the midnight bus takes hold. Imagine, if you will, the weary traveler, stranded and alone, desperately seeking a way home. The clock ticks past midnight, each second an eternity in the suffocating darkness. And then, through the gloom, a pair of headlights pierce the veil of night. Hope flares, a beacon in the darkness, as a bus, its windows glowing with an ethereal light, rumbles to a stop. But this is no ordinary bus. This is the Midnight Bus, a spectral vehicle said to ferry souls to the other side. Those brave or foolish enough to board it are never seen again, their fates forever intertwined with the phantom vehicle. Witnesses describe the bus as appearing old and dilapidated, its paint faded and chipped as if ravaged by time itself. The windows, however, remain eerily pristine, offering a glimpse into an empty, dimly lit interior. Some say they've seen shadowy figures seated within, their faces obscured by the gloom. One chilling tale speaks of a young woman, Sarah, stranded at a desolate bus stop after her car broke down. Just when her fear peaked, the midnight bus materialized from the darkness, its headlights cutting through the gloom like the eyes of a predator. Desperate for escape, Sarah ignored the prickling sensation crawling up her spine and boarded the bus. The interior was cold, deathly cold, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and something else, something ancient and unnameable. She was the only passenger. The bus shuddered into motion, its engine emitting a low groan that seemed to claw at the edges of her sanity. As the miles ticked by, Sarah noticed something strange. The landscape outside the windows wasn't familiar. It was as if the bus was traveling through some desolate, forgotten world. Panic welled up inside her, a suffocating wave of terror. She cried out for the driver to stop, but her pleas were met with only an eerie silence. The bus continued on, deeper into the heart of darkness. Our next journey takes us into the bowels of the earth, into the labyrinthine tunnels of a bustling city's subway system. Here, amidst the screech of steel wheels against steel tracks and the hurried footsteps of countless commuters, lies a secret, a chilling tale whispered in hushed tones. This is the story of the haunted subway car, a place where tragedy and terror converge. Deep beneath the city streets, hidden from the prying eyes of the sun, runs a subway line steeped in darkness, both literal and figurative. It's said that within this subterranean labyrinth, a phantom train travels, forever retracing the path of a horrific accident that claimed the lives of dozens. The haunted subway car, they call it, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the lingering presence of death. Witnesses describe it as a chilling anomaly, a relic of a bygone era that materializes without warning, its windows fogged, its interior shrouded in an unnatural chill. Some say the car is haunted by the spirits of those who perished in the accident, their souls forever bound to the tracks where they met their untimely end. One popular account speaks of a young musician, David, who found himself drawn to the abandoned subway platform late one night. The air was thick with the smell of mildew and decay, and a deathly silence hung in the air, broken only by the drip, drip, drip of water seeping from the grimy ceiling. And then he heard it, a low rumble, distant at first but steadily growing louder. Through the darkness, a single headlight appeared, growing larger as the train approached. It was unlike any subway car David had ever seen, its exterior rusted and covered in grime, its windows dark and opaque. The train screeched to a halt, its doors groaning open to reveal an empty, dimly lit interior. Drawn by an unseen force, David boarded the train. The air inside was frigid, biting at his skin like icy needles. The stench of decay was overpowering, making his stomach churn. He was alone, yet he felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if he were surrounded by unseen eyes. As the train lurched forward, the lights flickered and died, plunging the car into darkness. Panic gripped David's heart as he fumbled for his phone, its feeble light doing little to pierce the oppressive gloom. That's when he saw them. Shadowy figures began to materialize at the edge of his vision, their forms indistinct, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. They were the victims of the accident, their faces twisted in silent screams, their clothes torn and bloodied. Chapter 3. The Ghostly Train Conductor. Our final destination takes us on a haunting journey aboard a spectral train, its iron wheels grinding against the tracks, a symphony of melancholy and dread. This is the realm of the ghostly train conductor, a spectre bound to his duty even in death. Imagine, if you will, a train station shrouded in mist, the platform lit by flickering gas lamps that cast long dancing shadows. The air hangs heavy with the smell of coal smoke and something else. Something akin to ozone, a faint metallic tang that sends a shiver down your spine. This is where the legend of the ghostly train conductor takes root, a chilling tale of duty, loss, and the unwavering grip of the afterlife. The story begins, as many such tales do, with a tragedy. The conductor, a man named William, was known for his unwavering dedication to his job and his genuine kindness towards passengers. He ran the night train, a route that wound its way through dense forests and over treacherous mountain passes. One fateful night, however, William's train never reached its destination. It derailed in a remote canyon, a catastrophic accident that claimed the lives of all aboard, including William himself. Or so they thought. Soon after the tragedy, whispers began to circulate amongst the railway workers and the townsfolk who lived along the tracks. They spoke of a spectral train identical to William's that would appear on the anniversary of the accident, its whistle a mournful wail that echoed through the night. And at the helm of this phantom train, they claimed, stood William himself, his uniform pristine, his face pale and drawn, his eyes burning with an ethereal light. Some say William's spirit is trapped, forever reliving the night of the accident, unable to find peace. Others believe he's returned to fulfill a solemn duty, ensuring the safe passage of those who travel the rails, even in death. One particularly chilling account comes from a young woman named Amelia, who found herself waiting for a late-night train that was delayed due to a storm. The station was deserted, the only sound the howling wind and the rhythmic drumming of rain against the roof. As the minutes turned into hours, Amelia began to feel a sense of unease creep over her. The air grew heavy, and the shadows in the corners of the station seemed to writhe and twist. And then she heard it. The distant sound of a train whistle, mournful and haunting, echoing through the storm. It was a sound she knew well, a sound that sent a shiver down her spine. It was the sound of William's train. The rumble of engines, the clickety-clack of wheels on tracks, the hushed whispers of fellow passengers. These are the sounds of public transport, the soundtrack to our daily commutes. But as we've seen tonight, these ordinary places can also be the setting for extraordinary horrors. These phantom passengers remind us that sometimes the most ordinary places can hide the most extraordinary horrors. What do you think lurks in the shadows of our world, waiting for its moment to step into the light? Have you ever had a chilling encounter on public transport, a brush with the unexplained that left you questioning everything you thought you knew? Share your stories in the comments below and let's explore the darkness together. Until next time, stay safe and beware of the phantom passengers. You never know when you might find yourself sharing a ride with something not of this world.